having chicken. An expensive submarine sandwich, which Dad hasn't even started yet. What are we doing today? Still working on that. Haven't moved that yet. Cleaned up that. Working on the truck. Oh, big surprise, we're working on the truck again. So today we're working on the truck and we are putting in the window trims. I don't know how these go. Probably if I did a proper search on the MTFCA, is that correct? Website, they would tell me how to do it. But what we're gonna do, we've decided. It's sealed, it's in stone now. We're gonna drill some small holes and we're gonna rivet this window trim in place and then put the cap back over, you can't see because of the sun, put the cap over top. So yeah, I was thinking of gluing it, but I'm like, no, I think we're gonna rivet that, get some aluminum rivets, which I got, put that in place, make it so it just hides in this little cove, right? So instead of down here where you're gonna see it, we just hide it a bit in there. Hide that, got the rubber top piece here, which is kind of a hokey deal, but it'll be what it's gonna be. Made the straps already. They're a bit thin, but we'll go with it. So yeah, I did this twice. Last year I ordered these in this length here. Ordered them in this length. Big long length. Oh, that'd be fine. Cut that right in half. Well, I tried one in here. Here's the problem. Is that if you get it up high enough in the door, now the glass jangles around in the bottom. So you needed these other ones here, these ones that I got, second order. So these are gonna go here. See that? They're gonna go there. But they got enough coverage down here to the bottom that they're half covering the glass. So they stay in the track. So those of you working on a TT, go with this length. What is this length? Hey Dad, got a tape? Put your tape on here and tell me how long this is. To me, this looks like 8 inches.
32 and a half.
Oh, 32 and a half.
Okay.
32 inches. Guys always say 8 inches looks like 32 inches. It's really not though. Anyway, that's what we're doing. So we're gonna see if we can dig out some rivets, rivet these in. Here's your chance, guys. Stop me before I do it. To do that, you'd have to have the powers of Uri Geller. And I don't think you do. I don't think he did either, so. Anyway, let's go with that. Here's what Dad's working on. He works on lots of stuff here. He's putting grommets in the straps, which will stop them from tearing out and stretching out. It'll be much better. They'll last longer. What do you think? How's it work? How's it go? We're going with these colors. You guys see these? We got some choices. We got this color,
Bronze.
which is like an antique bronze, which I think I like. Or you got the brass color or the silver color. I like the bronze. He likes the bronze. We're gonna go with the bronze. Again, if you think it shouldn't be, then you should say something now. How does it go? We don't know. Got a driver, a set.
Oh, that's how this goes.
Oh, and it's a tapered set? Is that how it goes? Aha. Okay, it's a tapered set. Here, I'll get you a proper hammer. A proper lighter hammer that's not going to just bounce against everything. There you go. Nice.
Perfect.
Let me take this and we'll show the folks how that hooks. And you put it the right way. You didn't even put it upside down.
No, I checked that before. I did check it. There was the right way.
I can't even give him shit for fucking it up. What is it? Is it my lens that's dirty? That's better. Okay, sorry guys. Greasy. I was eating that chicken. Yeah, good. Look at that. That's a ticket. I like it. That goes that way, goes through the window, flips over, and hooks. So we got one there, which is at the end. I don't know, whatever. How does that go? That'll be full up position because this actually is the bottom. Sorry, it goes like so, like that. So that's full up. And I put one in the middle. I didn't think I needed one for the end. So the middle hole brings it to exactly halfway. Now, if we need more spots, like here or here, we can do that. I don't know. Let's ask Dad what he wants to do. Dad, how many different positions do you think we need for the window?
Well, I was thinking 3.
3?
One for halfway, one to bottom, one for top.
So this is halfway.
Right?
Completely down is nothing.
Right.
And
Well, you could go
full
completely down
is,
and hold it so it doesn't go to the bottom.
could,
But
yeah.
why? Well, you want it to rest anyway.
You could have it a quarter,
Yeah.
in which case, and this is full. Like
We could
fully,
put it-
fully
put it
down, fully up is fully up. Then throw that on the ground, and then halfway up, and then whatever.
Yeah. So this is fully down, eh?
That is fully, no, so this is the hook through the window.
Oh, this
So this
one,
is
okay.
fully up. And then there's nothing for fully down. It's just down.
Okay. This goes to the bottom.
Right.
You didn't need this one.
Yeah, you do, because you want to hold the window up.
Oh, this is to the highest position. Eh? Okay. Yeah.
Because you want to hold it
Here.
up. Yeah. And this is halfway, and then,
Do you want to put one?
I don't know, maybe we could go a quarter?
You can put as many as you want.
Let's put one.
One in the center.
Let's put one halfway between the stitching and halfway between here. So there. Is that right?
Sure.
This is all the way, let me just
This is
double test myself here. This is all the way up.
right. This would be halfway,
Yeah.
and then it's resting on the bottom with nothing.
I'll tell you what,
Would you want to-
do this one, and then let's put it back on, and then we'll test it. Then we'll know for sure. Then we'll get them all, both sides identical at least.
Making a channel every day.
that's true. Steel. Oh, something behind here or what? Okay. Tap that in again. Pushed against. I can actually push it against. So we got. Nope, it's gonna stay there.
Well, and the window is always going to keep it channeled.
Yeah. Right. It's that side. Side 2. Come down from up there. Come down. Come down from up there. So there we go. We got re-riveted. One deep in there. And one down there. And we were originally considering using glue, but you know what? A rivet is far more permanent and less likely to rip out for whatever reason. That's pretty good. We got that sucked up into that radius. So I'll turn you back on when we got the other one done and you can see how it all works. But originally without these in, that glass just flops around there and bangs and bangs. And it's actually part of the major noise of the truck when it's going down the road is the glass banging around inside. So we'll get this, we'll turn you back on. There it is, the Second Chance Car Museum, Treeherne, Manitoba. secondchancecarmuseum.ca. Check it out. That time. Randall. Randall, you recognize this at all? I think we all know what these are. The scourge of the tire industry. I got one of these. I've seen these before. I don't know about the yellow. Look at these. They fold down, obviously. People in the back seat got lots of room. Got Boris and Babbitt. A lot of stuff that you might use in a repair shop. What are they? Exhaust seals, I think. Exhaust manifold seals. So they look like to me. Probably lead. There's probably asbestos in here somewhere. Johnson Iron Horse with a generator. Lots of stuff donated. Nobody ever donates to me. It's a great facility, this museum. Oh, look at all the miniatures up there on the walls, you guys. I hardly see them. Walls and walls of them. We spent a lot of money here. This is in Treeherne, Manitoba. I think this is the one I'd like. This would be the next one I'd like. That's a cool little runabout. Love to have this. What do they call it? Little turtleback? Saxon Roadster? Saxon, haven't heard of that. McLaughlin, 4-cylinder. A lot of this stuff came out of private collections, probably in their barns, moved into here. It's an Overland, 1911 Overland, 16 Ford Touring, 17 Briscoe. Another Overland, 1918. I can't remember which one. This is the one I was actually going to buy. Or was it this one? I can't recall. I believe it was this one. Yeah, it was this Whippet I was going to buy. Came up for 10,000 bucks. Could have had it. Declined it. I'm more of a truck guy. From that whole deal, my dad actually got his Meteor. Ford Meteor. 22 Oakland. Look at this thing. Holy cow. What a relic. 1917 McLaughlin 6. This thing has been through it. Just imagine this on a 100-year-old farm back then, right? Which actually 1917 be more than 100 years. The dirt and the mud just plowing through everything. The snow. Stuff like this just made it through. 22 Maxwell. Again, never heard of it. Maxwell Briscoe. '29 Nash. A lot lower to the ground. '28 Ford. '28 Whippet. Lots of Whippets. Overland. Willys. 27 Erskine. Again, never heard of. 1926 till 1930. Check those venti ports. Willys Knight. Man, I can imagine a rod being made out of that. It's already, the roof is already chopped. Look at that. Probably stainless. I think that's stainless trim around that window. With a frost shield, by the way. Check out the frost shield. Oh yeah, the heaters weren't what they were. They weren't what they are now. I have not seen a truck like mine yet. Essex Super 6. Hear about these. 29 Essex. '39 Rockney. Again. Oh, Studebaker. Chandler. 6-cylinder. What is that? The corner there. Steam car. Oh my gosh. Is that incredible or what? Brooks steam car. $1926. Wow. Can you imagine? You gotta keep this thing filled up. Hopefully not have the thing blow up when it runs out of water and flashes to steam. Interior would be the same, I guess. I don't know what the controls would be. I mean, you wouldn't have to adjust the timing or change this. You would have to change the spark, or the throttle would be a valve of some kind, right? How bizarre. I'm guessing maybe? I don't know. You gotta have a fire in there somewhere, right? Something's gotta heat the water up. What do we got here? Oh, this is too pretty. Did I? I'm trying to remember if I looked at buying this one. I don't think so. Not this one, I don't think. Or did I? I actually did. I looked at buying this one. I forgot about that now. Quite a few years ago I looked at buying this International. 29 International. It was built, redone out in, I believe, out in Alberta. It's a guy who is a major collector out there. And my problem with this was, great truck, but it was too nice for me. My problem was I was going to have to store this somewhere where a box like this would probably get abused. You know, the wet would get to it and destroy it. It's actually too nice for me. I'm pretty sure this is the same truck. They were asking, who's he asking? 10 grand, I believe, at 9,500? No, it was like 9,500 bucks you want for it. Great price. But for me, just knowing that I wouldn't be able to care for it, just had to go. Couldn't take it. You can see why they make street rods out of these cars, right? Like, look at the lines on these things. Well, I got no 26, 27 TTs like mine, unfortunately. What do you think? Custom paint job? Most of this stuff could be saved, or well, it is saved. It's in a museum, but it could be made to run. I can't imagine it'd be very difficult. Look at all the glass that has not been broken in this car. How does a car like this survive without getting the glass smashed out by kids? I have no idea.
It was down here since they moved it.
No, we didn't see it there.
Same here. Can't get a better vantage point for you guys, unfortunately. Who's this? Sneaking up. Huh, it's Kim sneaking up on me. Thought she was gonna scare me. She didn't. What do you think of that? Should it be purple instead of orange? No? You like the orange?
Should be black.
Should be black. Everything is in the back that was black. You could get any car. You could get any car in any color you wanted as long as it was black. Not orange, unfortunately. This would be my pick for my next one. This one here. That is cool. Love to have that. If anyone's got one, let me know. Hard to imagine the scale of this. This is an absolute labor of love. There's no doubt about it. Here's the grounds, just outside. Selling hot dogs. Who doesn't want a hot dog? It's not made out of that dog. Not much meat on that dog. This is kind of grown in a bit. But they usually have water running through here, which is pretty neat. Huh, what's that doing down there? It's a wreck. A windmill, gotta get that tail fixed. Oh, it's bright. Nice little town, not far from me. About, I guess it'd be about a half hour from me, south of Bagot. Just dead south of Bagot. Into the hills. That's the place. Can you guys see it with all the sun? All right, a couple things need doing. This mirror needs work. Where did I get this from? Swap Meet. What, about a month ago, I guess. Mother's Day weekend. You guys kind of seen that before, I think. It's got this cool lock on it. So what we gotta do is, it's pretty not reflective. Maybe you can see a shadow. So what we're gonna do is try this mirror effect spray paint. So we gotta strip off what's on here. So let's first take this mirror off. I think we can do that. Take this off here. So we get the mirror. We need a flat screwdriver to get that off. Take that little bezel off there, if I can get it off. There we go. Don't lose that screw, it's a small one. Just a little, like a piston ring. Just roll it right off there. Nothing special going on there. There is, okay, some kind of cardboard layer to protect the glass. And then the stuff, the silver stuff. What do you think is going to take that off there? I don't want to scratch glass underneath. Let's zoom in a bit. I don't want to scratch the glass underneath. So let's try some good old carb cleaner. See how that works. See that soak. See if anything comes off there. Oh yeah, that's wiping it off, no problem at all. Okay. So let's get that all off there. We got a bit of a soak. Got a brush. A little brass brush would do it. And we'll clean that glass up real well and spray it with that stuff. Maybe it works, maybe it don't. I don't know. This carb cleaner takes, it has no problem taking paint off most times off anything. Okay, so far that ain't bad. A little bit to take off there, but that's looking pretty clean. Shaking you guys around, aren't I? Sorry about that. There you go. A little bit left to take off. This to be as clean as possible so that when we put it back on, I don't have to handle it too much. It's got a nice little bevel on it. You guys see that? So I ground a nice bevel into that. A little bit more. All right, we got 5 coats on. And you know what? It ain't terrible. Well, it's terrible. That's actually terrible. It's not good. It's not good at all. It's about as good as it was before. You can see a reflection in there. Not much of one. You can see shapes. You know, the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to make the bracket and stuff. And I'm going to order some mirror decal material. And I'm going to just do that. Just overlay it with mirror decal. And then you'll have a mirror, or you'll have a nice mirror there. But this as it is, you know, I don't know. That looks like crap, to be honest with you. Looks like crap. For 25 bucks a can, yeah. Don't waste your money. I wasted my money. Don't waste yours. Not worth it. Doesn't work worth a damn. Okay, I'm not done yet. Okay, in the hopes that this will make a difference, I wash it with hot, soapy water. Removed every bit of staining I could off it. So let's try it again. give it a real proper try, huh? Do 5 coats of it this time again, just like that, nice and clean. We'll come back to it. All right, anyway, well, that is doing its thing. The paint's doing its thing with the mirror and stuff. I need to make a mount for this thing. We could probably blow some paint on there too, couldn't we? On the back, that mirror. Or we could leave it alone and just say, hey, it looks not bad. We could try to clean it up. Let's try to clean it up. Hold on. Hold on before we move on to the next thing. Some greaser. Just a little scuff pad. Whip it off. Looks like the back of a really old mirror. Perfect. Good enough. So anyway, there's the arm. So that, I'm trying to come up with a way to mount it on the truck. And I can make a pretty simple little L bracket, you know, L bracket. And then weld a piece of rod and then mount that to it. But I've got other stuff kicking around here. Like, why not try it? Who cares, right? I got like a whole bunch of old wrenches. So, like, how about if I took an old wrench and just stab this in here, which I've already cleaned that off a bit and tapered that a touch would fit. How about I stab that in there and weld it on top, fill that hole, weld that up, leave it sticking out. I don't want to fill this. I want to leave that open so it kind of looks like it's still a wrench, if you know what I mean. And we'll make a bend, probably, how much we got to have stick out from the truck? Probably not a lot. Let's make a bend like right here. And then the part that mounts to the door would be this part. So I think if we made a bend here and then cut it up here and mount it with 2 screws, maybe we'll cut it extra long. What do you think of that idea? I don't know. It's kind of goofy probably, but it doesn't have to be the last word in mounting mirrors. I mean, I can always change it to just a very simple bracket again if I want to. Anyway, so that goes through there. This is going to go here. Holy cow. Come on, man. Get it right. That's going to go under there. And probably what I'll do is I'll put a knurl on that so it grabs it a little more effectively. This is kind of already got like lines in it that the knurl will kind of grab onto, so I'll have to take this apart and clean it up. So I think what we're going to do is, let me zoom in a little bit more even, is we take that, let's say we're that long, right? Let's say we're like that. And that mirror is like that. How much stick up do we want? Need that to not be quite all the way through so we can fill that hole. Probably that much. And then make the cut over here. So there's just a bit of post sticking up. So if we went like there, what's that measure? That's like 3 inches. Might be a bit much. Yeah, we mount it in the middle of that. Let's do this. Let's cut this 3 inches, and then we'll bend this wrench. Yeah, I know it's stupid. Okay, I think that's enough. It feels like it's enough. Oh, it's hot. It's also hot. There we go. All right, so I think what we want is we want to put the bend there. So let's get this kind of stuck in here, get some heat on it, and then we'll get into the bending position. Well, that's how she goes. That's what you get for cast, I guess. All right, that idea didn't work so good. All right, so that didn't work out. I wasn't completely sure it would work, being that it's cast wrenches and all, but I was hoping for a little more bend out of it. Anyway, this is still an idea that can work. So we can still take this. I welded cast of steel before, and it holds okay. Weld it on there. You can kind of shape and contour this bracket a little bit so it looks reasonable, not like a big sore thumb. That goes there. Your pin, basically. Something to that effect. Could try that. Why not? What the hell? What do we got to lose? We can always make a different bracket if we have to. We can always take this bar. Oh, should I just forget about that whole wrench idea? I don't know, I kind of like it. I guess I'm not married to it, but I was hoping it was going to be a whole wrench, though. Now let's try for it, because we can always do this later. Let's get the welder on. All right, that's what we got. You guys can see that. Don't touch that, Vince, it's hot. So that will hold. No reason it wouldn't, especially hold a mirror. Okay, so let's get that rod in there. That's basically straight. Good as it needs to be anyway. Let's get that rod in there. All right, that's what we ended up with. You guys see that all right? It's kind of dark in here. You gotta adjust this yet, obviously. Put some new screws, bolts in there or something. Well, let's see how the mirror did. Okay. Well, that ain't bad. The scratches still show up, obviously. Can't do much about that, so. As far as reflective, I guess it kind of does the job. Spray paint on the back of glass. Who would have known? All right, we got some holes drilled. I gotta put some spacers on there for now because I'm still working on the inside trim, the window trim. So for now I'll put a few spacers until I got it all settled out, and then I'll cut the bolts to whatever length I need. And I just got, because I can't get in this way with a screwdriver and, you know, kind of a countersunk, you know, tapered bolt, I'm just using these Leghorn screws. So anyway, that all fits up nice. I'll put it at the same place that the other one is at, although the other one is, you can't really see, it's dark. Although the other one is a different shaped mirror, but I put the mounts at the same place. So anyway, I'm gonna take this all off now, blow some paint on this, and then should be just about good to go, I think. All right. Well, because we had to drill the screws out for this window trim, the window trim. me actually, ended up some pretty big holes. We're gonna just insert some riv nuts in there. I don't know, you guys are never seen how riv nuts work. Because you get, if you get some really thin metal, you can't tap the thin metal, and putting a self tapper isn't going to hold either. So you put a riv nut, which is basically a rivet nut or a nut cert, and these guys go in. I'll show you in a second, but this one has to accommodate this screw, which is a, what is it, a 3/8, 20? What is that? Sorry, quarter 3/8, a quarter, 1 inch, 1 inch quarter, 1 inch 20, I think it is. And what do we need for that? We need to drill a hole. The hole in the door has to be as big as the riv nut, which is 0.3485. So that's going to be 3/8 roughly. Yeah, 0.37. And that's going to be the right size. We're going to go drill a hole, 3/8 hole in the door, a couple 3/8 holes in the door. That should do it. That's pretty big. That should do. That is fucking enormous. Fuck me. So I wake up this morning, I was thinking about this, and like, where did I go wrong with this freaking hole? Like, how did I end up? Okay, I know where I went wrong. I got it. I just think it. So obviously, this riv nut is like 0.35. So what is the best for that? Let me think here. The best would have been 23/64. Guess what? I don't have a 23/64 bit. So 3/8 would be the next size up. No use going down because it won't fit. So I'm like, okay, I drilled a hole. I'm looking at my step bit, and yeah, so you know what I did? I kept on drilling until I hit 7/16. That's what I did yesterday. There you go. That fits good with virtually no movement. Well, a little bit of movement, but that would stretch out. So yeah, that was I can't say anyone else screwed it up. I guess I screwed it up. Oh, well, whatever. I really probably should have done that work last night. I should have just did it when I was a little more patient, obviously. But these guys, these step bits, they drill freaking fast. You got to be really careful. You can go from, whatever, 5/16 to like 7/16 in a real hurry. So they move quick, so whatever. Word to the wise, be careful with step bits. All right, there's some tough steel they had back then. There, make it tight. It's like a rivet, but you're just expanding it. You're not going to hear it snap. It's just going to go as solid as it can go, and then that'll be it. That's going to be about it. And that's going to turn out. Pretty simple tool, actually. Okay, goes like that. All right, that doesn't quite fit around the door hinge. So we need to relieve that a bit. Let's open this up a little bit. makes its way around the hinge. That should be about right. Let's try it out. And then that's going to go over top like so. And then you got a bolt goes in. I don't know if we have to adjust that. We don't have to cut it. It's going to be just about right. And then that's it. So that's how you make a threaded hole for a bolt in very thin metal, which actually that's not that thin, but we can't tap it either way either. So all right, finally I'm not working in the dark. I seem to get home late from work and then end up working in the dark. So anyway, it's the morning. It's 6 a.m. and that's what we got. It's all done. This actually, I struggled a lot with this, like little mistakes here and there and things that didn't quite fit right and whatever. Anyway, I'm reasonably happy with it. Probably don't need the brass nuts on there. We can throw some paint over those and not worry about it. But this, I definitely overestimated. I needed a much thicker post than this would allow. So I ended up putting in some set screws, if you can see them. They're there. Put some set screws to hold it in place, and it's pretty firm, so it's good. The paint actually worked out really good. You know, after I gave it time to kind of cure up and took my time and did slow coats, slow thin coats, it actually is quite reflective. So that turned out pretty good. What's next? Well, I gotta make a new belt. So this one's a bit loose, and I don't know it's going to be all that dependable. You can, yeah, that ain't gonna cut it. Gotta make a new belt for that. Other than that, I think we're pretty well good to go for a show.
And we'll see